So yeah, thank you for holding the fort down for me, Mastermind. I just wanted to go to California just to see Kat. I know she got hurt. It's just a normal trip. Stanford's a nice hospital. I was there with my wife. Terrence came with us, and we just visited her. I think I made some Jello pudding, and we just spent a nice evening in her hospital room.
Yeah, some great members of the RDS family there. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously, Cat. Terrence is a little odd, but
Terrence a
hey, I
little
mean, other than
odd.
that,
Uh,
hey, just normal little trip. Stanford, they have some of the
Jasmine
best
really liked to
surgeons.
see her aunt, Catherine. She enjoyed being there with Wildcat, and I think seeing young Jasmine really helped put a little pep in her recovery.
They have the best surgeons in
Oh, it's
California, from what I've
incredible.
heard. And also, I mean, seeing from this photo, looks like you guys were able to like do a little rave in there or something. That looks fun.
Photo?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about. There's some reports of fans outside with Photoshop photo. There was no rave.
Oh,
Just
okay.
some nice. We
Thought you guys
watched
were-
we watched The Matrix while we were there, so
Yeah.
maybe there was
Oh,
some
so,
lights, but that's about it.
yeah, that makes sense.
Welcome back to Survivor Season 3. This is your primary host, Indigo Asher, and I'm joined, of course, by our two
By your
lovely friends, the secondary host,
secondary primary.
secondary, a young basketball player from Florida would definitely vibe with the secondary primary.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The young guy definitely be into that for sure. Oh yeah. I mean,
So, so we got Mastermind here, and we also have uh, uh, the second, an inventor that has invented even a new, beautiful little AI in our world, Sarah Finley.
Thanks for having me.
So, what is this about a second robot here on the islands?
Well,
robots.
when you remember Dutch from Big Brother, right?
I remember him. I
Oh yeah.
remember Dutch.
So, he had come by the Tongan Islands during that auction, and he approached me and said, "Hey, I have this game I like to play, and I want to have a robot that I can play against." And I thought, I can do that.
So this
And so,
robot,
Now,
it
go
plays
ahead.
a dice game.
Yeah, it plays a dice game. It can play. It'll either watch you play or it will play against you.
I heard
oh wow.
rumors, and I don't know if this is true or not. There's a lot of things flying around the RDS, but this robot could somehow take the personality of other people and play the game as if they were the one playing.
Yeah, it works kind of like that. It's the I've gotten a lot of information from SurvivorBot.
Okay,
SurvivorBot has been
okay.
watching a lot of everybody
Hmm.
and has scanned everybody, and has been able to upload their various personalities into a cloud I have saved, and I just upload that cloud into FarkleBot here,
Hold on a
and he's
second.
able to
There's a cloud sitting out there somewhere with personalities just kicking it.
absolutely
I
right above our
heard,
heads.
I heard rumor
Tech-
that
Technological cloud.
there was a battle between a personality matrix of myself and Mastermind. Is this true?
There was.
So you're telling me this bot has scanned me and it thinks it's good enough, it knows me well enough to know how I would play these days.
It thinks it does.
Did it win?
Mhm.
Yeah, actually, you know what? It did win.
Oh, it's a good
You
cloud.
know,
I
there's
like this
something
bot.
off with this spot.
I like
Yeah.
this bot. So this bot has decided definitively in games of strategy that the second RDS champion is superior to the first. Okay, thank you. Appreciate
We
the
might need
bot.
to check this bot. Is there like a
Nah,
doctor bot or
I
something we can
think
send
I
this
think
bot
this
to?
bot's good. Um, hop into the challenge. We are about to play Pinball Wizard. Mastermind, will you describe Pinball Wizard for our friends?
All right, so you are in the middle of this challenge, right? You have this, you're looking at it, you have a puzzle. But hold on, that's not so fast. It's not that easy. There is a pinball looking setup where you have to set your ball at the very top of the pinball setup, and then it will fall through these like nail looking things slowly but surely. And don't call me Shirley.
Oh,
But while it does that, you're doing this puzzle. But don't let your ball drop because if you do, you don't get to your ball in time to reset it at the top. It's going to fall in a very, very slow, like drain pipes essentially that just will float the ball down to the bottom, and that will cost you time. You will not be able to work on your puzzle while it does that. You have to wait for your ball, and time is everything in this challenge.
time is big. So at the start of a round, you're going to be throwing this ball up this pinball side, and like Mastermind said, it'll come down to this structure pins, depending on your luck of the draw. I guess some might take the ball might take longer or shorter to get to the bottom. We're going to start with a roll to just determine how much time essentially, how well you utilize your time. If you get a 7 or less, you utilize your time poorly and you get that time penalty. How that's going to work is that you're going to get no attempts on the puzzle that round. What does that mean? Let's scroll over here. So here we got round 1. In round 1, let's say Chuck gets a 7. That's too low. That's going to be an NA is going to go here, and an NA is going to go here, and Chuck will get no attempts on the puzzle that round. It will also go here and here because that affects you in 2 rounds. So if you get a 7 in the first round, that is you get no attempts on the puzzle right here. But let's say Dolly Dawn gets a 20. She will get, we'll put that to, that'll be down there, but she will get 1 attempt on that puzzle in the first round. We're going for a puzzle threshold of 120. And if let's say Elspeth gets a 24, she will get 2 attempts on that round. So we're trying to see who does the best, who finishes this puzzle the fastest. Looking at this, I'm going to just leave this up here right now so everybody can scan this at home. They can understand. All the fans back at home can understand this. How would you have done in this challenge, Mastermind?
Oh man, I think the puzzle I could have knocked it out pretty quick. I think I'd do pretty good here.
So it would have been a
Just
good
gotta make sure I
challenge
get
for
back
you,
to the
you
ball
think,
in
huh?
time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I
like I said,
believe in you.
timing's everything. It could be the difference between one ball drop here and having to wait for it to go all the way down that slow ramp could be the difference between
That could be bad.
immunity and losing $1 million. So
Especially if somebody does really well twice. They get 4 puzzle attempts while you're sitting there watching. That'd be bad. We have 4 contestants. 6, sorry. We have 6 contestants. Chuck, Dolly, Dawn, Elspeth, Christy, Joe, Nathan, and Selah. Who is your pick to win this challenge, Mastermind?
oh man, I gotta go with. I think he's a young spry guy. It's been a while. I think it's time. I think it's Nathan's time.
You think Nathan? Well, the last time there was a ball in the challenge, I'm pretty sure he did pretty good.
Yeah, I think Nathan.
He was
I think
sinking. He
Nathan's
was
got
sinking
this.
them balls. You hear me? I think I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah, you're
put
right.
my money. I'm not going with Nathan. Nathan's good, but I don't think it's gonna be Nathan. I think I'm gonna put my money on Selah to win this challenge. I believe in Selah.
Taylor?
She's quite the warrior, but we'll see.
Think you think Nathan's gonna drop his balls more than Selah is?
I think Nathan's ball is gonna be on the ground a little bit more often. That's just what I believe, but we'll see.
Got it.
Are you ready for the first round, Mastermind?
Yep, I'm totally ready. Let's get it.
Okay, so let's get that first set of data. We have one person did exceptionally well, and we have one person who did not get to 7. What is your guesses, Mastermind?
Oh man, I think Nathan did exceptionally well, and I think your pick, Thela, did not even get to
Whoa.
7.
Whoa. It is not the case. We have, unfortunately, Elspeth is going to get a penalty. We had 22.5 does not actually meet the threshold. 22, yes, it does, because 0.5 doesn't matter. 22 meets the threshold. Let me just double check. Yep, 22 or higher. So we have 2 people who got extra. So we're going to say yes here. And we're going to say yes here. So just to cover, so everyone's watching me, both Christy Joe and Nathan got 22 or higher, so they're going to get 2 rolls. Elspeth is the only one who got 7 or below, so she's going to get no roll. She's getting a penalty. So I'm going to go and do that right now before we do the rolls. Elspeth, unfortunately, NA. Are we ready for the next set of data?
Sarah, are you ready for the next set of data?
Absolutely.
We're ready. So, the Chuckster got a 7. That's his only roll. So for the first round, he's going to get a 7. Let me hop back over here. So we have Dolly's got a 3, and Nathan's got a 5. Let's put Dolly with a 3, Nathan with a 5. We also have 25 at... Oh, no! 25 at Elspeth. That's heartbreaking. It is not here. Tristy Joe got a 13.
Oh, man. That would have been a great
That would have been a great roll,
roll.
Elspeth. Unfortunately, we didn't get to it. We got a 5 for Nathan's already in, and then Sayla got a 7. So
It's unfortunate Elspeth dropped her balls.
it is unfortunate. We are going to get a second set of data only for Christy Joe and Nathan. Nobody else. That's not how you spell Nathan. I'm just going to go ahead and put Nate because that'll fit. Okay. So Christy Joe got a 16. No, that's Nathan got a 16. Christy Joe got a... Yeah, okay. Christy Joe got a 0 on her second roll, so that's unhelpful. And Nathan got a 16. So after the first round, we have Nathan sitting there with a 21 with a commanding lead. But really, Elspeth isn't that far behind the rest of the pack. She could get back into this, though she doesn't get to roll.
Like 25s.
Unfortunately, Elspeth is not in this round. I'm going to put her data in just because I'm going to copy and put the data in for everybody. But she's penalized for 2 rounds. All right. So nobody here got below a 7, so nobody's penalized. Nathan is the only person to get above a 22, so he will have 2 rolls. So I'm going to put in, everybody else is going to get 1, except for Nathan's going to get 2, and Elspeth gets none because she still has that penalty. Let's get that data in. Okay, so Chuckster got a 20, much better than his last one. That goes here. We got a 15 out of Dolly Dawn.
All right.
We're skipping Elspeth. We got a 12 out of Christy Joe. We got a 14
Chuckster.
out of
Dolly
Nathan.
Dawn seems like she'd be a come from behind kind of person
And
in
we got
this.
an 18 out of Sayla. And now we will get another roll out of Nathan. Nathan comes in with an 11. That's not there. Nathan's at 11. Okay, so after 2 rolls, we have Nathan with a pretty commanding lead of 46. We have Sayla, and no, that's not. We got Chuck in second place with 27. We have Sayla and Christy right behind him with 25. And Dolly Dawn, the puzzle master herself, is sitting there with an 18. What do you, after seeing this, what do you feel about these people? Who's impressed you the most through 2 rounds?
I mean, I feel really good about my pick, for sure. You know, I think I'm most impressed with Chuck. That's a strong start.
We have somebody who's failing to get a 7. Who do you think is going to be failing to get a 7 this round?
Failing to get a 7. Ooh, I think it's gonna be Dolly.
You think Dolly? Unfortunately, it's Chuck. It is not Dolly.
Oh man, I spoke too soon on Chuck. Oh
Chuck will be penalized. Only one person is above 22. It's Nathan again, so he will have, for his third consecutive round, he will have 3 bites of the apple. Everybody else will have a single bite of the apple. So let's see what the data says. So, Dolly Don is going to get an 8. Elspeth, on her first attempt on this puzzle, is putting in a 23.
Okay, see, Elspeth just needs to not drop her ball.
She doesn't drop her ball. She seems to be doing pretty good at this.
Strong when she's not dropping her ball.
We have a 7 out of Christy Joe. We have a 17 out of Nathan's first attempt. And we have a 23 out of Selah. Now
Nathan's the only one that gets the second bite here, huh?
Nathan gets a second bite, and it's his best bite yet. Nathan gets a 22.
Wow.
So Nathan is more than half done with this challenge. He's actually more than 2/3 done with this challenge. He is crushing this puzzle. Why don't you describe his progress through this puzzle right now?
Oh man, so Nathan Nathan has come up with a new strategy. He gets the ball and then he like throws it at the top mid-run back to the puzzle. That way it gives him more time.
So we have a second person getting in the penalty here, Mastermind.
Oh, a second person?
Actually, I made a mistake last time. Not a mistake in the data, but I didn't put the
Chuck,
NAs
yeah.
for Chuck. So I'm going to do that now so I don't mess that up. Okay, continue. Sorry.
Nah, you're fine. Like I said, Nathan has this cool strategy. He's grabbing the ball and throwing it to the top as he runs back to his puzzle. That way he's mid-run and gets more time. I don't know how he's doing it, but the guy's good with balls.
Well, somebody is going to be in the penalty this round, and somebody else gets a double shot. Do you think it's Nathan with his 4th consecutive double shot?
I think Selah gets a double shot finally.
Oh, well, it's not Selah. Elspeth is in the penalty again.
Oh,
unfortunately.
Man. And let's see. Elspeth just she keeps focusing on this puzzle and isn't looking back at her ball enough.
She's not Elspeth doesn't keep her hands and her eyes on the balls. You know what I'm saying? She's a little bit too puzzle focused.
Apparently not, yeah.
But Christy Joe is going to get a second bite of the apple this time.
To Chuck's dismay, by the way.
Oh, he doesn't like that, huh? Well, let's get some data in here. Let's see. Chuck doesn't get any data. Doesn't get this. Dolly Dawn gets a 12. Elspeth doesn't get this. Christy Joe on her first bite of the apple gets a 1.
She's the one that got a second bite.
She does get a second bite. Nathan gets almost. It's super close to closing. He could potentially close next time. And Selah gets a 9. Okay, and now Christy Joe will get a second bite to try to make up for her 1. She does with a 13.
All these contestants are just hoping that Nathan drops his balls here. For sure.
Nathan really needs to do poorly here, or it might be over right here. Nathan does not do poorly. In fact, Nathan might have just made history in Tonga. On our last challenge, we had the highest number in Tonga. Sarah Finley or Mastermind, do you remember offhand what that number was?
Oh man, I think it might have been a 30. Yeah, I was thinking 31, yeah.
I think it was 31 as well. If it was, 31 has just been beaten. Nathan with a 32. The highest roll in Tonga so far. Chuck is just coming out of the penalty, and unfortunately he's going right back into it. Chuck, probably that is going to be the end of his time in this particular challenge. I do not think it will go for 2 more rounds.
But Chuckatoo's too focused on the rose. There's a rose bush to the side over there, and he's been staring at it.
He's been
staring
at the rose bush. Both Christy Joe and Jolly Dawn as well. We get a lot of people with 2 bites of the apple, including Nathan. Let's see.
I think Nathan closes here. I don't think it matters.
There's a chance Nathan closes here. On the first, Dolly Dawn gets a 12. We have a 7.
Puzzle Master.
What's going on?
I said the Puzzle Master.
Oh, she's incredible. She's incredible.
Yeah,
We have
for
a
sure.
7 for no. We have an 11 for Christy Joe. No, that's not true. We have a 9 for Christy Joe. Let me check this. Is the right person? Yeah, 9 for Christy Joe. We have an 11 out of Nathan. 4 away from finishing, and Sayla books a 15. And with their
They're hoping for a Nathan 1 right now.
so
They're
Nathan
hoping
needs
for
to
the
do
1.
really bad to not finish. Nathan has just gotten his second worst puzzle result. Unfortunately, I do not think it matters, but I'll put everybody's in there. Dolly Dawn's second bite of the apple is a 5. Who else got a second bite? Christy Joe's second bite of the apple is a 0. Christy is not the best at this puzzle. She doesn't have those Dolly-like abilities. And on his second bite of the apple, Nathan finishes with a 7. 123. He crushes through the threshold. And to be honest, you would have to take the second place Sayla and the third place Christy Joe or Dolly Dawn and combine them together to even approach this number. If you put the third and fourth place together, it still is not close. Nathan crushed this challenge.
Yeah.
Why don't you describe Nathan's
Congratulations.
facial expressions right now?
Nathan, he hit the night celebration.
He hit the night again.
And he threw the ball. He threw the ball back to the top of the puzzle again, just to prove he could. And
Just
he
to
yelled.
prove he could.
He yelled, "Steffi!"
Oh, it's interesting. From a man from Southern California, why do you think he's so obsessed with Steph Curry?
That's an interesting question. Hey, I'm not too focused on the basketball, so
You're not a basketball guy.
I don't quite know the basketballs.
What about
I know
geography?
the
Do you know
survivor
geography, Mastermind?
Yeah. I know. Yeah, of course.
When you think San Francisco, which is where the Golden State Warriors are located, do you think Southern California, Mastermind, or do you think LA when you think Southern California?
Yeah, oh yeah, you got to think L.A. for sure.
So why not LeBron? Why isn't he doing a LeBron celebration, Mastermind?
It's probably just he grew up with the Steph Currys of the world, you know.
So he
That's his goat.
isn't loyal to his Lakers, is what you're saying. He doesn't like Kobe. He didn't like Lonzo Ball, whoever was there when he was young. He liked...
Maybe his parents were Laker fans, and he had to rebel.
He rebelled a little bit. His old man was a Lakers fan, and he don't get along with him. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. By the way, no apples were harmed in the making of this challenge.
No apples.
No actual no bitten apples, for real.
For real. Do you have any final messages to our final 6? One of them, who is not named Nathan, will be going home. Nathan has guaranteed himself a spot in the final 5. Do you have any messages for them?
Oh man, just stay strong. Like we said last challenge, this is really the pointy. If y'all thought last week was the pointy end, it's even pointier now. We're getting down to her, man. We're running out of times that potentially people could be voted out. I mean, there's only so many tribals left.
Oh. Well, good luck and keep it trucking.
Keep it trucking.